Hello everybody, Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Got a little video for you today. Come off my Facebook under Buddy Wayne Webb. You can see it there. Texas Medical Board. This is going to be really interesting. It matters to you and your family. Listen to this one. On January 28, 2012, God had saved my life after they planned my murder in advance. We all know that nobody accidentally breaks into a private home and shoots the owner with the phone lines cut. The shot had threaded the needle between an artery and a vein, or otherwise I would have bled out and died. They didn't cut my phone lines with the plan for me to be posting facts and evidence on social media. I'm supposed to be as dead as the last guy that lived in this home, and I found evidence which has convinced me they murdered him. Based on the evidence, here's what I believe happened. The doctors took the x-rays of a guy that was shot 11 days before me, and they put my name on them. They did this because they knew that I hadn't been shot with my shotgun, and they were trying to make it look like I had been. A nurse told me she knew who was shot 11 days before me. The other guy was missing his heel bone, so they took me into surgery and cut off my heel bone to match the faked x-rays. I was crippled for life on purpose. And then came the repeated and desperate attempts to talk me into allowing them to cut off the evidence, my leg. Thanks to clues from my late dad that something fishy was going on, I kept saying no. A few weeks before the murder attempt, the ex-wife had told me with 100% sincerity, the secret is that a group of doctors are killing people for profit. She was dead serious. What she didn't tell me at the time was that her brother-in-law was a doctor who happened to be my ER doctor on the night that I was shot. He was there when it's proven those x-rays were faked. So I've suspected that he knows something about the underground homes and those serial killing doctors. With proof in hand, I contacted the police, the Texas Rangers, the FBI, and many elected leaders, but nobody seemed to care. In December 2013, I testified in court about this under oath. I also sent this evidence to the Texas Medical Board. On March 9th, 2015, I sent an email that said, "This is not all of the evidence that I have, nor all of the story, but I believe it should be enough so that you start an investigation. I believe this will be the biggest case that you've ever worked on, and that you'll see that intentional maiming and mutilation occurred, and doctors tried to talk me into cutting off my leg solely to cut off the evidence of a capital murder attempt and horrific medical crimes." I also told them, "I know that you'll want to get my medical records so you can verify what I've sent you in the PDF files. I would like to visit with your investigators so they can be clear as to what's going on. Included is medical records and also Facebook postings of mine. I give you permission to access my medical records for this investigation." I'm talking to the Texas Medical Board. On March 15th, a week later, 2015, I got a reply back, and it said, "Your communication was submitted to our Enforcement Support Division of the Texas Medical Board Enforcement Division. They will review the situation you described to determine if there's a possible violation of the Medical Practice Act. They will seek more information regarding you as the complainant, in addition to more information regarding the license, so that you may receive correspondence from this division once this evaluation is complete. Please be aware that due to legislation updates by the 82nd Legislature, complaints now have a statute of limitations of 7 years for standard of care complaints, except in cases regarding minors, and can no longer be anonymously made." That was 2015. I was shot in 2012. That wasn't a problem. It's a problem now, though, of course. I haven't heard from them since, and I've often wondered how many more innocent men, women, and children those doctors have killed for profit since then, and there's no reason to think these for-profit murders have ever stopped, since there's nobody to stop them. Who in Texas has the authority to stop the Texas Medical Board from doing their job? Okay, I'm going to just show you here. This is the email I was talking about. There's a date, March 9th, right here. And it's just what I wrote to you right there. Texas Medical Board. Here it is, right back from the tmb.state.texas. Dear Mr. Webb. Just what I read to you a second ago. Okay. And then the comments here, we'll quickly over them. Okay. A nurse had my home health care nurse had tapped my foot, and she showed me where the artery and the vein was and told me it was a miracle that the shot threaded the needle. This was a premeditated, cold-blooded, these are stone cold killers are what they are. Okay. The last owner of my home, Michael Hahn, there's his obituary, okay, was reporting the same crimes that I was reporting before he died at 27 years old. I found evidence which has convinced me that he was murdered here and taken to Fort Worth. I got videos about that. Dr. Hinton stated he compared my x-rays from 117/12, see it, to others taken on 119/12, and the problem is I was shot on 128/12. There it is, Dr. Hinton, right there at the bottom. Thomas Hinton signed on 4/12/12. Okay, and the problem is you know, that's two different dates, so we know it's not a typo. So I believe they took that guy's x-rays and put my name on them. I noticed that the x-rays dated from the night that I was shot showed that I was missing heel bone. I'm going to show you here. This is an x-ray of my foot 4 months before the murder attempt when I broke my toe. It just shows you how big the heel bone is. Here's the x-ray with my name on it from the night of the murder attempt. The heel bone's gone. Do you see? Heel bone, no heel bone. Okay, the problem is my heel bone wasn't shut off. That's not my foot. That's the foot of somebody else. I've had other people look at these x-rays and go, yeah, absolutely, that's not your foot. It's not. They took the x-rays of somebody else. And I believe it was the guy shot 11 days before me and put my name on them. And that was because they were trying to say I was shot with my shotgun, which was a lie. You know, and actually my latest video was more proof of that. And I also testified this in court. This was 318 Judicial District Court. Here's the case number 121813. She said, the ex-wife said, the secret is a group of doctors killed by profit. Well, she never told me the entire time I was married his brother was a doctor. But she is the one that later told me that after I shot. She come over and she seemed upset about what happened to me. And we were looking at the medical records, and she pointed out that her brother-in-law was a doctor and hinted that the medical records were faked. And I went and found them and proved they were faked. As seen, also told Texas Rangers Jeffrey Strain about these doctors. And I said, I believe the biggest crime is what I was told by the ex concerning the doctors. She whispered here, and that was April 4th, 2017, from Buddy Webb to Ranger Strain. And he'd be like, how would a doctor make money killing people? Well, there's $1 million underground home in the backyard, and I happen to be married to her sister-in-law, and she was going to get it. I'd filed divorce 5 days earlier. I also sent this evidence to Midland FBI via registered mail, and then I recorded FBI agent Sean Powers telling me that he was going to destroy the evidence. That's another YouTube video. Evidence sent, registered mail to the FBI. Part of that was concerning these medical crimes and these doctors killing people for profit. Okay, and then amazingly, it also was sent. Proof of medical crimes was sent here. Let's look at the date in 2014, November 2014. To the Texas Rangers and blind carbon copy Greg Abbott. That's when he was Attorney General. He wasn't even governor back then. And you know, this is too long to read, but here my x-rays were falsified. Okay? There's lots of proof that's it. So the governor of Texas has known about this for almost 10 years, you know. And I suspect he knows about the underground homes in the backyard. And so, hey, here, and I just recently release this so people know, is I've been contacting Mayor Blong, Lori Blong, and several members of the city council about the crimes and murders connected with underground homes, and I'm fixing to take this one and email it to them as well about these horrific medical crimes. There's no reason to think they've ever stopped, because there's nobody to stop them. Okay, and one question is, who in Texas would have the power to stop the Texas Medical Board? It's Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.